Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel So Little Time, and my name is Karen. And here I am with my June plans, late again, as usual. I'm so sorry, I don't know why I have to be so late every time. I'm not usually late for anything. I'm usually one of these people that turns up on time or 5 minutes early, that kind of thing. But this year just seems to be just getting ahead of me for some reason. Yeah, so going so fast, just stop. Okay, so today then I want to go through my June plans with you. We're on the 10th of June already, so I've already started sewing, but I'll just go through what I have got in mind to get done for this month. So fingers crossed I can get them all done. And also I just wanted to show you what I made during the month of May, which was only one item. And that was the Colette Peony dress for the Minerva Crafts Blogger Network. So in return for the fabric, I wrote a blog post about the dress that I'm wearing, which is the Colette Peony. So I'll quickly show you the pattern. So this is it here, and you can see there's a long sleeve version, a short sleeve version, and it comes with a cummerbund style belt, either in a contrast fabric or the same fabric. Yeah, so I've made the dress because I think if you remember before I was saying I wasn't really sure if this was going to fit me, because I'd read other people's blogs on the internet where they'd had fit issues with the bodice, and I actually procrastinated making this dress because of that, and I just shouldn't have worried. I made a toile just in bedspread material, and I just made a straight size, I think it's size 8, yeah, size 8, which is the right size according to my waist measurement. Now the hips on this is 39 and the bust is 37. I'm a 34-inch bust, and I think my hips are about a 41-inch. So because this is an A-line skirt, I just thought, do you know what, there's going to be room in that, I'm sure. Even though it doesn't give the finished garment measurements for the waist or the hip area, I just knew that I think I'd be okay for it. It does give the bust measurement, which is 39 inches finished measurement, and it fits okay, although I think next time there are a couple of alterations that I need to do, but I think that is because I have lost just a little bit of weight since I've been doing my marathon training, only a little bit, only a few pounds, but it's just made a difference. I lose weight at the top a lot quicker than I do at the bottom. Yeah, so anyway, I've used this cotton poplin from Minerva Crafts, and it's like a grey background with white spots, some blue little flowers and strawberries on, and I think the strawberries on this colour background, that just makes them a quite 3D effect and just kind of jumps out at you, and I really am happy with this dress. I absolutely love it. Now I didn't make the cummerbund style belt, as when I took the pattern pieces out and looked at it, I thought, you know what, I don't really think I'm going to wear it, and why make something, you know, make the effort to make something that you're really not going to wear. So I have made a belt to go with it, which I've got on now. So I'll stand back so you can see the full dress with the belt, and then I'll come back and talk to you in a little bit more detail about it. Okay, so you can see A-line has pockets, got this little belt on. Stand back a bit more, you can see, and I've just put 2 snaps on the back there for that belt. Yeah, and I've put here there's some pleats there. Okay, so the dress actually came together really easily. The alterations that I've made are, instead of having gathers, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, let me just bring you down a bit. Instead of having gathers here, I've actually put pleats in instead, just 2 inverted pleats, as I actually prefer that. Let's bring you back up, sorry. Yes, so when I did the gathers on the practice version, I just thought it looked a little bit messy. Maybe it's me, I'm not very good at gathering. Yeah, I just didn't really like the look of it, so I decided to do 2 inverted pleats, and I just guessed when I laid the skirt pattern piece out against the bodice, I just brought the fabric in sort of as I thought it would be right, and then lined it up with the dart. Now there's 2 darts here, and there's bust darts as well, and they fit really nicely. And then there's also darts at the bottom of the bodice on the back, and also 2 at the shoulders. Now this is where I think next time I make this, I do need to make a slight alteration. I either need to size down on the bodice, or I need to make the darts slightly bigger so there's more fabric to bring in, because if I turn to the side, there is a little bit of gaping there. And I think, you know, if you pinch that out, it would bring it in a lot more and be much sort of smoother across your back. But that's all really. And also I've obviously omitted the sleeves. So I decided to line the bodice as well. And I just used an old duvet cover to line that. It is actually the wrong colour probably to use, but I just used what I had. Yeah, and I really like the fact that it's lined. And I decided to go sleeveless because obviously it's summer now. And I just get more wear out of it, and when you put a cardigan on you haven't got the sleeves bunching up and that kind of thing. So I'm really happy with the lining of the bodice. Yes, and then for the belt then I used Tilly and the Buttons belt out of her first book, Love at First Stitch, which I think she puts with the Lulu dress and the Clement skirt, I think, or Delphine skirt, one of the two. But I omitted the bow that she explains how to do, and I've literally just cut some fabric and made it into this straight band, and then I've just at the back I've got 2 snaps on there, just so it holds it together at the back. Yeah, so, and I just used black snaps because that's all I had, again just using what I had. So obviously because I've made this sleeveless as well, I think the armhole is slightly low, so you can see a little bit here of my bra. So I think next time I need to just raise the armholes a little bit just to stop my bra flashing. Yeah, the skirt fits lovely. It's got pockets in, and I usually don't put pockets in. I'm probably one of the people, you know, everybody loves pockets, but I don't usually add pockets because it adds bulk onto the side of my hips. And obviously I always say that I don't like that area because I'm quite wide. It actually hasn't added that much bulk, so, but then they don't sit really in the right place for me to use them. They feel a little bit too far back. I feel like they should be forwards a bit more. They're at the right height, but yeah, I think the seam line probably sits on me, I don't know, in a way that, yeah, I'm not going to use them. They're just there just because, and I haven't like lined them with a pretty fabric or anything. I've just used the same fabric, but I just wanted to have a go at doing it so I could sort of talk about it on the blog. So if you are interested in hearing a little bit more about the detail of this dress, if you head over to the Minerva Crafts Blogger Network, I'll link the details down below to the blog post and just have a read through, and there's some nice photos on there actually. My husband took some photos for it, and actually I will insert just a few into this video just so you can have a quick look to see the dress in a bit better detail, as he took it in his mum and dad's garden on a really nice day. It was sunny, so I was like, yeah, get some photos taken. He was just laughing at me the whole time though when he was taking these photos. He was using my phone, and I think he got it on a, you know, where it just kept clicking, and he actually managed to get really good photos actually, even though he was laughing his head off at me because he was like laughing at my poses and things. I was like, anyway, you've taken such good photos that now I'm going to rope you in next time. Yeah, so really happy with this dress overall, and it just feels really nice to wear. I've had loads of compliments actually when I've been out and about wearing it. It looks fine without the belt on as well, and this fabric, it's not see-through at all, and it's not as heavy as a quilting cotton, but it's a lot crisper than a rayon, so it doesn't have that much drape. It does crease slightly, but not enough to put me off wearing it, but it does have a nice soft sort of feel to it as well, so I definitely recommend it. So going on to my June plans then. Off the back of making this dress, I am now making another dress for the Blogger Network for Minerva Crafts, and I've already had the fabric delivered for that. So I've gone with another cotton poplin, just because I really liked using this, and I was all the time making quite a lot of jersey things of late, and I've now sort of really want to do a few woven things. So I've got this fabric, let's make sure I got it the right way up. So it's cotton poplin again, and it's on like a white background. It's not pure white, and and it's got these little rainbows on and hot water bottles, hot air balloons, dragonflies. It's quite a childlike fabric, but I think I can get away with wearing that for a summer dress. And if I have anything left over, I would like to make a dress for my friend's little girl because it's her birthday this month. So yeah, I'll see how much I have left. And again, I ordered 3 meters because this is quite a narrow fabric, I've found. So the pattern that I'm going to make for myself is the Colette Laurel. So I'm going with Colette again. Just because I got on so well with this one, and I'm going to be making the version with the little pleated or fluted sleeves there. Yeah, and I'm not going to line it. I don't think that would need lining. This, even though it's white, it's not see-through. I'm just going to hold it up. Fingers crossed it's not see-through. I really don't think it is. If I put my hand behind it, no, it doesn't look see-through. So I think I'll be all right to get away with that, not lining that. Yeah, so I'm going to make the Colette Laurel. Now, I've had this in my stash for so long, and it's on my Make 9, so I am cracking the whip with myself and getting some of these Make 9s ticked off because I really need to get them done because we're now near enough halfway through the year and I think I've only ticked off 2 or 1, I can't even remember. Yeah, so I'm going to do the fluted sleeve version out of that and see how I get on with it because obviously this is quite it's quite A-line again, but I think there is a lot of give in this one. Now, this does give you the finished garment measurements for the bust, waist and hips. So I think I might size down to a size 6 for this one because the waist will come up as 35 inches on finished and the hips 42. So the hips will be fine, that'll give me enough room. So the waist, it might be a little bit big, but I can always either put a belt on or there's darts at the back down here, so I might be able to make those bigger and bring them in or just use the side seams to bring it in a little bit like I usually do with a lot of my alterations. Yeah, and the bust ends up being on the size 6, 38 3/4 inches. That's quite big considering I'm a 34, but it's not supposed to be fitted, I don't think. I think it is supposed to be quite loose. So yeah, I'm going to make that. So that's that one. And then I'm going to make myself another Coco dress. Now, Rachel of the French Seams on Instagram, she has kindly messaged me and said that I could have the remnants of her fabric that she got left over because she got exactly the same fabric as what I use for my Coco dress, this scuba fabric. So she sent me a package with the excess that she got left for me to make another dress, which is just so kind and absolutely wonderful. This just goes to show how lovely the sewing community is. And I'm going to definitely make that, and I'm just going to do my straight size 3, and I'm just going to lengthen the hem at the bottom by 2 inches just to give me that little bit of extra length. At least then the waist will sit where it needs to on me and I won't have that clinging around my hips. So I'm going to crack on with getting that made this month. Won't take very long at all, just need to retrace the pattern because I've already cut my other one up. Yeah, so thank you, Rachel. Just over the moon with that. And she also included in the package some little goodies to eat, some chocolate and some crisps from Ireland, because that's where she lives, in Dublin, I think. Yeah, so thank you ever so much. I shall show you at the end of this month then what it fits like, fingers crossed fine. So the next thing I'm planning to make is another one off my Make 9 list, and it's New Look 6446 jumpsuit. This pattern has been ever so popular, and I'm going to do this version here with the shorter legs. Might lengthen it slightly, not too sure. And I've had this fabric a while, and I think this was from Sew Me Sunshine, I think. Now, I've had it a while. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a viscose, so it's very drapey. It needs ironing. I haven't ironed it yet, but it's pre-washed. And I think that would just drape nicely for the cloth section of that pattern there. Now, I have seen this fabric on Crafty So-and-so's website now, so it is available to buy. I think it's £8 per half metre on their website. I have written this down. Yeah, £8 per half metre, Crafty So-and-so, and it's called Princess Kate Cotton Lawn. Oh, cotton lawn. Now, I thought it was a viscose, but there we are. It's cotton lawn. Yeah, but it has got a little bit of sort of a grain through the fabric. I don't know if you're able to see that on the screen. So it's got a bit of a crepey feel to it. Yeah, so that's what I'm planning to make with that. And then I recently watched Amanda at I Sew A Lot's vlog. I think it was a vlog, or was it a picture on Instagram? I saw she'd made a shirt dress anyway out of this Robert Kaufman fabric, chambray. It's this lovely blue with white dots on, and it's just, I couldn't not buy it. Now I can't remember where she said she got it from, but I'll link those details down below because it was on sale at that time. Yeah, absolutely love this fabric, and I thought, oh, you know, shall I be a bit naughty and copy exactly what she'd made? But then I thought, no, I'm not going to. So I think I'm going to make the Tilly and the Buttons Bettine dress with this. Now I've had this pattern for ages, and this is also another one on my Make 9 list, so I'm going to be ticking some off. I've made a toile of this years ago when it first came out, out of some, I think it was like upholstery fabric, awful fabric to use, but it was just a test version for fit. Now I made the size 4 at that time, and I remember shaving off quite a lot off the hip area. Now Tilly and the Buttons have brought this pattern out since with that alteration. They've taken 5mm off the hip bit where it comes out. I don't know if they've altered the bottom of the skirt. It looks like they have, but I'm not 100% sure when you look at the new pattern, because it does come in like a bit like a tulip there. But I'm going to straighten that out, or even make it A-line. I'm not really sure. I'll see how I go when I get on with it. Now the 4 fitted me fine at the top, if I recall. So I think I'm going to go with the size 4, but I think that would look really nice in this fabric. And I think because it's a chambray, it will, I don't know, just mould to you a little bit. And also for layering as well, in the autumn or something, you know, you could have a Coco top underneath or an Agnes top underneath. I think that would go really, really well. And I've also got some more fabric to make another Bettine. So I'm going to be making, I think, 2 Bettines, unless I change my mind with what I'm going to make with that. But at the minute, I think I'm going to make the Bettine because I just think that would be really nice. I've got this double gauze fabric from Minerva Crafts. Now, I've bought this. This isn't gifted. And it's because I've seen this on Judith D Creations. She's on YouTube and Instagram. And she's made the Deer and Doe Myosotis dress, I think it is how you say it. And it's this lovely mustard double gauze with white spots. Now, these white spots are, I think they're printed on. So we'll see how they go with the washing. They don't look like they scratch off, but they're not actually woven into the fabric. But it's absolutely gorgeous texture, this fabric. Yeah, and I think, again, that will mould quite well and hang quite well for the Bettine. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this into the Bettine for sure. And I am going to put the pockets in as well on there. Yeah, looking forward to making that. I've been meaning to get this done for ages, so it's about time I cracked on with that pattern. I think that was all my... Oh no, one more thing that I am going to make, and it's the Sew Over It Molly top. Now, I've got this fabric left over from my mum's Coco top, if you remember, and I got this from Crafty So & So. Don't know if they still have it in their shop, but it's a Ponte Roma fabric. I think that might be a little bit heavyweight compared to what you'd usually make with the Molly top, but I'm going to go ahead with it anyway. I don't think it's that thicker Ponte Roma, and as it is just a toile sort of for me to try out the shape. Now I've cut out the size 8, which isn't my size. I think I probably would be a 10, but I wanted it to be a bit more close fitting, I don't know. But then when I've cut out the pattern pieces, they now look like they might be a little bit small. So if you've made that top before, let me know what size you think I should do. Now my body measurements are 34, 29, 41. Yeah, so if that helps, if you could just let me know maybe what size you think I should make, the 8 or the 10. Definitely not doing the 12 because I don't want it baggy. Yes, so I'm going to do that into the Molly top then. And then I have already started sewing, and I've been making the Titchy Threads Rowan tee hoodies for my boys. And I'll show you those at the end of the month. But if you wanted a quick sneak of the pictures of those, I've got it on my Instagram page. I need to just get them into them so I can take a photo of them wearing them, because they're just absolutely gorgeous. But I've done it ready for when we go on holiday in July. So if it gets a bit nippy on the beach like it does sometimes in the UK, they've got that to put on after they've been in the water and things. So yes, that's my plans for June then. So hopefully I can get all those done, and I'll come to you at the end of June or beginning of July with what I've made. So thank you very much for watching. I shall see you soon. Thanks. Bye.